KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, serving Guam for 80 years. Matson Navigation, serving Guam and Micronesia for 20 years. The all-new 2018 Kona by Hyundai, available at Cars Plus. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dededo. Always open, always local.
Coming up on your primetime news, an anonymous tip leads investigators to 3 people caught allegedly dealing a drug known as spice. Plus, a 22-year-old man is dead after a serious car crash in Assen on Monday night. Also tonight, an appeal has been filed with the U.S. Supreme Court in a case that has far-reaching implications for the full voting rights of all Guamanians. Half a day, everybody, and good evening. Thanks so much for watching or streaming us live. A tip helped local police catch a trio accused of dealing synthetic cannabis, commonly known as spice. The Guam Police Department's Mandanya Drug Task Force, as well as the SWAT unit, investigated the Guam Crime Stoppers tip before executing a search warrant at a home up in Jigo and in Harmon on Monday. Dolores Otosi John has been charged with illegal possession of a Schedule I controlled substance and illegal possession of the drug with intent to deliver. During the search in Jigo, police found several empty bags of spice and zigzag wrapping papers. Investigators also found more than 450 grams of spice, cash, and 4 handguns during the search inside the unit at the rather troubled Hemlani apartment in Harmon. Bantasar Kosi and Mirikita Simeon have also been charged with illegal possession of a Schedule I controlled substance, possession with the intent to deliver, along with the illegal possession of an unregistered firearm and possession of a firearm without an ID. The owner of Harmon Apartments tells KUAM they have a zero-tolerance policy, and the couple has since been given eviction notice to be out by the end of the week.
Pulled over for his expired vehicle registration tags, but arrested on drug charges. 28-year-old Eric Sean Cruz was driving through Dededo on Monday when police effectuated the traffic stop. Cigarette in hand, the officer noticed Cruz wouldn't stop fidgeting. A search of the car revealed a clear syringe with an orange cap, Ziploc baggies, and small white powdery pills, as well as a glass pipe. That's in addition to the orange caps found in his pocket. When asked by police, Cruz said the syringes are used for his chickens. All the items tested positive for amphetamines.
A defective headlight prompted police to pull over one driver as Albert Jr. Saboy was seen sweating profusely and displaying uncontrollable jaw and mouth movements during a traffic stop. A search of his truck revealed Ziploc baggies, an improvised glass pipe, and cut straws. The items all tested positive for the drug known as ice. Court documents state Saboy denied owning the truck and denied any knowledge of the found items. He also, however, told police the truck belongs to his stepfather, whom he knows doesn't use drugs. Saboy was arrested and charged with drug possession, driving under the influence of a controlled substance, and driving with a broken headlight.
The driver in Monday night's single car crash in Assen has died. Naval Hospital officials confirming the victim, Jacob Jarek Ngakta, is deceased. Port Authority police say one of their officers had been on patrol when they noticed a car parked in the center lane near Day by Day store in Petey. It's when the officer tried to check on the driver that authorities say he then sped off. The officer gave chase. Ngata crashed into a concrete pole near the Harley-Davidson in Assen along Marine Corps Drive. He was just 22 years old.
Toxicology results and other news are in for Zachary Dayrit, the 23-year-old man killed in a single car crash up in Dededo earlier this month. According to the chief medical examiner, Dayrit was driving drunk. As reported, he was minutes from home when he lost control of his Lexus, hit a guardrail, and then a concrete utility pole. His blood alcohol content cannot be made public.
A new priest is named in the latest clergy sexual abuse lawsuit. This time we head down south for details on the first accusation to come out of Our Lady of Guadalupe Parish in Santa Rita. Crystal Paco reports.
This former Santa Rita altar boy was told he'd be blessed, the abuse starting when he was only 8 years old. Instead, he was sexually abused and molested by his parish priest on a weekly for a 2-year period. This is the first time Capuchin priest Father Daniel Cristobal has been accused. Cristobal died in 2010 at 79 years old. Only identified by his initials to protect his privacy, 46-year-old C.A. says the priest unzipped the boy's pants, did the sign of the cross, and kissed his penis before masturbating and performing oral sex on him. When he was done, he said, quote, "You are blessed," end quote, and proceeded to tell C.A. he was his favorite altar boy. Though the boy would avoid being alone with Father Cristobal, the priest managed to grope him daily in the sacristy, even in front of other altar boys. In one incident, the priest told him to come to the rectory and lock the door behind him. That's where CA was shown a pornographic magazine. He was then given instructions on how to masturbate, and again, molested by the priest. When this was over, the priest gave him money, telling him to stop by the store to buy something because CA, quote-unquote, deserved it. CA is suing not just the church, but also the Capuchin Franciscans and the Capuchin Franciscans province of St. Mary. The $5 million lawsuit was filed by attorney David Lujan late Tuesday afternoon. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
Well, it is a last-ditch effort to secure presidential voting rights for a military vet who cannot cast a ballot because he lives on Guam.
An appeal has been filed with the U.S. Supreme Court in a case that has far-reaching implications for the full voting rights of all Guamanians. Nestor Lecanto reports.
At issue is the absentee voting rights of Iraq and Afghanistan veteran Luis Segovia, a former Illinois resident who now lives in Guam with his Guamanian wife. Washington attorney Neil Weir, who was raised in Guam, argued Segovia's case before an Illinois federal court.
Because he moved to Guam or another territory, he is denied from being able to do that. And that kind of arbitrary classification of who gets to vote and who doesn't of these overseas voters, we're arguing is unconstitutional.
The Seventh Circuit ruled against him, and Weir has filed a motion asking the High Court to hear the case. He says while the question of Segovia's voting right is narrow, it has implications for Guam's right to vote for president.
A favorable decision in this case would be an important incremental step towards voting rights for all residents of Guam. And so we're working on efforts both inside and outside the courtroom to achieve voting rights for all the nearly 4 million U.S. citizens living in the territories. And this gets us an important part of the way there, but isn't something that addresses all of the questions about voting rights in the territories. That's going to require further political action.
Weir has the support of influential Senator Elizabeth Warren, who delivered an impassioned speech supporting the Segovia case during a congressional hearing 2 years ago.
More Americans never realize that territories actually are part of the United States and that there's some injustices that need to be resolved. And so we're working with leaders like Senator Elizabeth Warren and others in Washington to advance equality and voting rights for residents of Guam and other territories.
Weir hopes the Supreme Court decides to take the case before its next session in October. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Governor Calvo responds that he supports this endeavor and the need to get more representation for the territories.
Stay tuned. We're back with a whole lot more news after the break.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
Half the day, I'm in the club.
Half a day, welcome to Two Lovers Point.
Half a day, I'm in the club.
Our mighty SUV mega sale is going on now at Cars Plus, and you're going to save big with cash back on every purchase. Get to Cars Plus and shop our great selection of Hyundai Santa Fe's, Tucsons, and the all-new Kona, Guam's most affordable SUV. Or our full line of Jeeps, like a new Jeep Renegade, save $6,000, or a new Jeep Cherokee, save $4,500, with rates as low as 1.99% APR for qualified buyers. It's Cars Plus, mighty SUV mega sale. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Medium Pizza Hut pizzas, just $8.99 each.
Did they say Pizza Hut?
For $8.99?
Yes, and yes.
Yes! Introducing the deal you want on the pizza you crave. 2 medium pizzas, just $8.99 each. No one out pizzas the Hut.
There are more ways to experience Guam via KUAM News, giving you what you want, when you want, and how you want it. From smart to
also be attended by Micronesian officials like the presidents of Palau, FSM, and Republic of Marshall Islands. and the governors of the FSM and CNMI. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Kiani Mendiola.
The Guam Medical Association is calling an emergency meeting to declare a state of emergency for Guam's only public hospital. Dr. Vince Akamoto, a member of GMA, says they're proposing a legislative resolution to urge the governor and legislature to secure funds, suggesting $30 million from the Tourist Attraction Fund be transferred to GMH and $10 million from GITA's operational funds to go to GMH's maternity ward. GMH CEO Peter John Camacho says he was unaware of this meeting, stating, quote, "Of course the hospital is financially challenged, but we are doing our best," end quote. Currently, representatives from the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services are conducting an unannounced survey to ensure GMH and the skilled nursing unit are complying with federal standards. Governor Calvo says a great deal of the hospital's problem is in the inequitable treatment from the federal government, including inadequate funding from CMS and the compact impact for immigrants that receive covered care at GMH. The meeting is scheduled for 6 p.m. Wednesday at the Guam Congress Public Hearing Room.
Dominating discussion at Tuesday's legislative session was a bill to put the Department of Education in charge of the procurement process for the long-delayed renovation of Simon Sanchez High School. Construction's been stalled for several years by protests from losing bidder Cortec, and even now a related court challenge is pending. That's precisely why several lawmakers, including Senator Jim Espaldon, sought clarification from bill sponsor Senator Frank Uggan Jr.
Should this legislation receive the support of the legislature and be signed into law based on the legal counsel's advice, then this process would now supersede because it would automatically transfer the procurement process to DOE.
Does that mean that by transferring that a whole new procurement process will take effect?
The answer is yes, Senator Espada. Based on the
and so you'd have to start from ground zero one more time.
That's correct.
Sanchez students have complained about multiple delays to rebuilding their dilapidated school. Sponsor Uggan explains that his bill is aimed at finding a remedy to process that he says simply has not worked.
This legislation was formulated so that to the greatest extent possible that the superintendent will be able to see this whole process through. We've gone 3 times with a government agency in which protests were extended. And now it's time for us to look at a different option.
Senators dissolved into the Committee of the Whole for a section-by-section review of the bill.
It is a common staple for your favorite salad. Now the CDC warns of an E. coli outbreak linked to romaine lettuce.
And though no reports of E. coli are here on Guam, some local grocery stores are telling the public that their lettuce is safe. Public Health, though, warns the community to eat with caution, as Carmen Terlahi explains in our next story.
Don't eat any romaine lettuce unless you know where it comes from, and it's not Yuma, Arizona. Guam's Division of Environmental Health warns the public of an E. coli outbreak in the mainland. According to the CDC, 64 people in 16 different states, including Alaska, have been infected with the same strain of E. coli. Half of those individuals were reportedly hospitalized. According to Guam's Department of Public Health, the illness is linked to chopped romaine lettuce. The FDA claiming this lettuce originates from Yuma, Arizona. Though no specific grower, supplier, distributor, or brand has yet been identified. Symptoms of E. coli include severe stomach cramps and bloody diarrhea. Though most people recover in a few days, E. coli can be life-threatening and cause serious illness. The FDA is recommending consumers to ask grocers and local restaurants where their romaine comes from and avoid any that originated in Yuma, Arizona. Retailers, restaurants, and other food service operators are also encouraged to not sell or serve any romaine lettuce from this region. A rule of thumb, if you don't know the source, don't sell, serve, or eat it. Though sometimes difficult to pinpoint exactly where your lettuce comes from, Executive Vice President of Payless Supermarkets on Guam says romaine and romaine hearts sold at Payless come from Darago Bros Co., a company based in California, meaning they are not involved in the recall of romaine lettuce nationally. The FDA is still investigating the cause of this most recent outbreak. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Carmen Victoria Terlahi.
All right, thanks so much, Carm. Well, from a story about lettuce, let us now go to regional headlines with KSPN 2 News.
Half a day, Guam. Here's what's making news in the CNMI. 4 years ago, the CNMI declared war on ICE. Former Commissioner of the Department of Public Safety, James De Leon Guerrero, laid out a vision for a comprehensive plan to attack the issue.
Today, I have a message to all law enforcement officers across the Commonwealth. Get ready and get ready to fight.
It's not just the department, it's not just law enforcement. The solution to this doesn't just rest with the law enforcement. Obviously, the big plan is to get health service providers to become part of this overall plan so that we can send, say, the users to some sort of rehabilitation program. At the same time, also having a robust law enforcement program to go after.
And now, that plan appears to have come to fruition. Within this past year, few cases of possession and trafficking make reports. But ICE-related violent crimes, such as murder, which were once more prevalent in the past, do not. When asking the question why this might be the case, current Commissioner Robert Guerrero says that multiple busts, aggressive prosecution, the extensive use of informants, and a drug court have all contributed.
Our aggressive law enforcement units that are out there. On top of that, if you notice, we put substations in a lot of the villages. We had more police presence out there. I've taken officers that are sitting behind a desk and put them out on the street where they're supposed to, and have civilians do those things that's being done by them that's can be done by civilians. So we're getting more uniformed officers on the street. We're getting more police presence, more police activities out there.
And with more police activities in the public, Guerrero says he anticipates seeing even less cases. And he has a message to those in the community who may be involved in abusing or selling ICE.
If you're doing ICE, you need to stop. If you're doing drugs, you need to stop. Because sooner or later, we're going to get to you. We might not get to you now, but we will get to you.
Watch these top stories and more at SaiPanTV.com. For KSPN2, I'm Adriana Cotero.
Stay tuned. Sports is coming up next.
Smartphone Super Sale event. Enjoy huge savings on our most popular Samsung Galaxy smartphones. But this offer won't last long. So drop into a GTA store today.
At Island Cancer Center, we treat our patients and their families like our family. We have all been touched by cancer, and it is important to feel comfortable and secure under the care of our health professionals. You can count on us for skilled cancer specialists, the most advanced cancer-fighting technology on the island, and a commitment to caring for you or your loved one with compassion, respect, and empathy. Our family, treating your family.
Island Cancer Center, located on Guam Medical Plaza. Visit us at islandcancercenter.com or call 646-3363.
Medium Pizza Hut pizzas just $8.99 each.
Did they say Pizza Hut?
For $8.99?
Yes, and yes.
Yes! Introducing the deal you want on the pizza you crave. 2 medium pizzas, just $8.99 each. No one out pizzas the hut.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports, brought to you by Triple J. We get the show started tonight with boys high school volleyball as the FD Friars had the Teason High Titans their first loss of this year's season. Check it out. IIAAG boys high school volleyball, the undefeated Teason High Titans in Manilao facing off against the Friars at the Phoenix Center. Nerves getting to both teams in this big matchup, forcing a couple of early serving errors. FD led 9-4 when the Titans made a run to take the lead 12-10. The home team went up 20-14 and closed out the set off a serving error by Teason for the 25-18 first set win. The Friars jumped out to a 16-9 lead in the second set before Teasen made a late run to cut into that lead, down 19-18. FD never trailed in the set and went on a 6-1 run to end the game behind a DeAndre Cruz block and Aiden McDonald kill. The Father Duenas Friars handed the Teasen High Titans their first loss of the season in 2 straight sets, 25-18, 25-19. 48 bowlers are competing in the 2018 Guam High Schools Bowling League after an unsuccessful attempt at trying to get the sport into the IIAAG. Joey Miranda and the Guam Bowling Congress assisted in putting together this event. Bowlers are taken to the lanes in singles, doubles, and team system competitions. Games are held at Central Lanes in Tamuning for the next 3 Saturdays, followed by the All-Island Tournament. Results from this past weekend: Boys Division, Ukadu A got the win over Ukadu B, 14-0. FD D team got the win over the C team, 10-3. JFK blanked out FDB 12-0, and FD tied with Teasen High 7-7. On the girls' side, Ukadu B slipped past Notre Dame 8-6, and Ukadu A got the win over Teasen 11-3. FSAC basketball over at the Estumbo Gym. Team Guam taking on John B. Smart in the juniors division. JP Cruz with 2 of his game-high 15 points off the layup for John B. Smart. Team Guam hanging around, keeping the score close. AJ Carlos with the pass to Billy Belger, who finds Alshay Grape open in the corner. Grape hits the 3-pointer. He finished the game with 11 points. Off the inbound, John B. Smart looking to get the ball inside the paint. Curtis Silva misses on the shot baseline. Sevi Siswiko gets the putback to go. John B. Smart edged out Team Guam 64-63. 2 missed free throws down the stretch hurt Team Guam. Jeff Serrano put up 12 in the win for John B. Smart. Jonathan Kanemoto put up 8 in his team's losing effort. Team DNA Dizzy was crowned champions of the Triple J Volley for a Cause tournament after 2 days of friendly competition. 16 teams came out in support to help raise funds for the annual Relay for Life. Team Bank of Guam Yankees took second place after a hard-fought battle. Triple J Enterprises, Inc. joins thousands in the community in raising funds to support the American Cancer Society's efforts in cancer research, screenings, supporting patient services, and educational programs that give our local cancer patients the gift of time. The annual Relay for Life event will be held on Friday, May 25th from 6 to 12 a.m. at the George Washington High School track and field in Manilao. Well, that's going to do it for sports. We're back right after this.
We only have 30 seconds to describe the newest specialty flavor in the Signature Crafted Recipes collection by McDonald's, Garlic White Cheddar. It's layered with a slice of smooth, perfectly melty white cheddar cheese, a crunchy medley of tasty, crispy garlic chips, a dramatic drizzle of smooth, delicious, and flavorful, delectably creamy garlic aioli, all come together with a mouth-wateringly juicy tomato slice and crisp iceberg lettuce atop crispy buttermilk chicken on a soft, warm artisan roll. Luckily, you can take all the time you need to savor every bite. The Signature Crafted Recipes collection by McDonald's.
Summer's right around the corner, but first shift into spring with Triple J. With 0 down, 1.9% financing, and easy trade-in, now is the time to buy. Get into our big boy truck, the Ford F-150, starting at $217 per paycheck. Car and Drivers 10 Best Mazda CX-9 at $242 per paycheck. The Mazda 3 Sedan at only $137 per paycheck. Or the North American Car of the Year, the 2018 Honda Accord at only $216 per paycheck. Visit us online at triplejguam.com and get pre-approved instantly. Some conditions apply. See dealer for details. Triple J Auto Group. Customers first.
All right, we got some birthdays to do, so here are the newest members of the Cold Stone Creamery. Happy birthday on this April 24th to some very special people, Jose Azuzu. Happy birthday from your McDonald's family and your friends here at KUAM. Also, happy birthday to several special Guamanians. Evelyn Cabrera leads off. Happy birthday, Evelyn, from all of us at KUAM and the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Happy birthday also to Raytasha Barcinas. May God bless you with many more birthdays to come. This comes from Haley Ray and your family. Keandra McDonald, happy 20th birthday to Keandra. Wishing you a lifetime of happiness and good health. May all your dreams and wishes come true from your family. Pilar Reyes Lazama, happy birthday, Mom, says your family, who also says they love you. Happy birthday also to Gus Sablan Kitsutu II, a.k.a. Listoboy. This comes from Dad and your family. And lastly, Really, guys? Of all the pictures out there on Facebook, this was the one you chose? All right. Well, thanks, everybody.
Nice picture.
Woo,
Happy birthday.
That was 1990. I thought the whole preppy thing, I was totally down with that. Andrew McCarthy, wore a cardigan to high school. Dork since day one. That was me. All right, before we go, I do want to say a special extended shout out to my little friend Ella, who is under the weather today. She's got strep throat, so we want to say, Ella, hope you get better real soon. Feel better.
Extra snacks. Good night.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E. Health, home, and lifestyle. Presented by Paradise Fitness Center, changing lives since 1996.
Welcome to News Extra. We've got a full lineup tonight talking about Sunday's colorectal health fair, GRMC's Bubble Fun Run, and we'll get help to put the word out for Saturday's Marine Potluck. But first, here's Nurse Jen with Health Check.